Hello, welcome back. So basically today I'll be completing this building a block scenario, unit number 5 and unit number 6. And then we will wrap up this Astro Live thing for basically we will put this in pause, on pause. And yeah, that's it. We will continue the next JS from tomorrow onwards, where we left, which is something that completely forgot. Okay, so where were we? We were inside this, we were inside live learning public Astro, and yeah, let's check first. I think it was dev. Yep, this was it. Also, I'm not feeling well quite today, so there's that as well. Wasn't feeling well yesterday either. Okay, what happened? Oh, right, wrong directory. I think it's within Next.js only, even though we are using Astro. And then I have to restart it. Yeah, now it's working fine. We are not going to look into all these designs because this is just temporary thing that I am looking into. The design part is something that we'll look into later. One thing that I wanted to do is like just complete everything first, and then I'll design. Basically, I'll create some sort of like a thought process around what exactly do I need in this particular website of mine, and then the design will come up using the Figma, and then I'll remodify it. Technically speaking, that's the way you actually go about doing things in any development. You don't just simply do the designing on the go. That's not how it works. It's a waste of time as well. You have to have a design in Figma or in any Adobe XD or some sort of like a tool, so that you know what exactly you need to put inside the code. The way that people jump directly into the code and start designing like we are doing, you might have saw that it's a waste of effort a lot of times, because basically I'm going back and forth, I'm making design decisions on a go, which is not good. And yeah, so let's start where we are. We completed till unit 4 for this Astrodocs build a blog tutorial, and now we are in create a blog post archive. So here we will be accessing our access data from all your posts at once using astro.glob. We are already doing that. If you haven't watched all the previous live videos, you can go and check that out. We are then displaying we will display a dynamically generated list of posts from our blog page. Okay, we will refactor to use a blog post component for each list item. The first is that we have to get all these blog posts. Fair enough. So add a following code to blog.astro to return the information about all your markdown files. Astro.glob will return an array of object, one for each block. Wait a minute. I think there is a background noise that is coming. Okay, we are back. Also, I should at least just make this pop out, and hopefully it will work. Yeah, cool. So in our Astro blog, we already did this, right? Basically, what I did was that inside the pages, inside the blocks itself, I have all these MD files, and then I'm just simply fetching it, right? The reason why I have put it inside the blocks and inside this page is because cool is because um my thought process is that when I click on this blog URL, right, it is taking it right here. Okay, so it has to find this right here. So that is my thought process. Now we may want to break it first. Let's see if say I have a content folder. Let's put it this way, content. Okay, and then I can say push it here and push it here. Cool. Now I can just simply or I can just push it to public, this entire content itself, and then I can simply say slash content. Hopefully that's how it works. In Next.js it works like that. Any sort of like a public thing, you can just assume it to be the root of you once your code is deployed. So slash becomes the public, and then you're accessing the content, and then you're accessing this. Now if I save this, right, and I go back, go inside the blog, now it is saying that it has some sort of like an error, any matching file. Okay, this is content, and then I'm saying give me this matching file. How should I access the public? No, let's see, you can search about it. Astro access public folder, project structure, images, GitLab, RFC, and all of that. Develop your Astro project. Let's go. This is public, non-code access. Should I, how should I access? One is the pages, then layout, Astro component, UI framework, styles, yeah, markdown. Fair enough. I think I'm right here. I'm not even going right now, so might continue it again later. These serves as a content collections and an optional collection configuration file. No other files are allowed inside this content collection. Content project. A content collection is any top level directory inside the reserved. Okay, this is a reserved thing which I just created. So only content collections are allowed inside this. This directory cannot be used for anything else. Markdown files. Okay, let's put it that way then. Here, I'll make it like this. And then here I'll say blocks, the same blocks, right? And then move it there. Okay. Then I will do like src this content blocks. Will it get me anything? No. How about this? Nothing. Okay, then this. So I'm outside of block. Now I'm inside pages. Now I'm basically inside the src. So now I can say content, then I can say blocks. Now it is finding the files. Cool. So then if I go here and okay, it is finding this, fair enough, but that's about it. I don't think it is getting any sort of like a URL because it's not there. right? It is not getting any URL because URL has to be inside this. Okay, so I have to, for some reason, bring it here only and bring it here only, right? Then I have to remove this. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but this is what I believe has to be done. And then I can just simply do what I was doing previously. And this should give me all the URLs again. And yeah, now it is like working as it should. Fair enough. Let's look into it. We'll be looking into all these advanced thing later eventually, right? We'll see. Either I'll do either maybe I can create a course, like edited course, rather than doing a live thing. It depends. It depends on me. Learning is something that I just want to do. I mean, what I'm basically doing is uh, I would have learned it anyways. So why not just stream it is what my thought process is right now, and just showcase how I basically pick up new tech. Fair enough. Cool. So this is what we have. And we already did this. To generate the entire list of posts dynamically using the post titles and URLs, replace your individual li tags with the following Astro code. Yes, we did exactly that. And they are saying that it will always be like present something something, right? So what if there is nothing? What if there's nothing? Let's call it as content, right? You won't find anything here anyways. So if I go back to blog, it is saying that I'm not finding anything, right? What about, let's say ki there is a folder involved at least, but there's nothing there, right? Then what happens? Again, nothing. So did not return any matching files. Check the pattern of the typos. Thing is, if it is like this, okay, so it is supporting like a top level thing. So maybe I can do something like let blocks equals this, and then I can say try this, and then I can say if it's like a catch, right? Basically do nothing. And any type, okay. I mean, I don't know what the type should be. Let's call it any for now. I'm pretty sure they provide some sort of like a whatever the Astro type is. Okay, wait a minute. We can do something like this. Let's see the type. Okay, let's copy it. Let's go back, copy this, and cool. And this is the error. Catch clause variable type annotation must be any or unknown if specified. Okay, let's not do anything then here. And we can say console.error no blocks found. Let's see. No blocks found, but what about here? Cool, this is working, and we are now catching this error. In case there is some blocks found, which will be this scenario, we will get this and nothing will happen here. Cool. There is one thing, any matching file. Okay, I mean, like, what happened to that log? Wait, what happened to that log? that console just went away. That's weird. Okay, so front matter is basically just JavaScript, so I am pretty sure that's how it is working. And this is also just JavaScript. This is also just JavaScript. And then I can say yes if there's like, I'm pretty sure that it will be an empty array. So if I say this, even then nothing will fail, even though it will say no blocks found. But here everything will there will be no problem here. Why? Because it is still an array, and so there's that. We can do something. Blocks should be like this, and since we know by intent that we have an empty array here, for now in our case we can just simply check for length. And what we also can do is we can just check for the length as is block are blocks present, and we can say blocks.length, and we can wrap it around boolean, which will make any value inside as either true or false. And then here we can again do the same, and we can say length. If it's an error, then yeah, this will be the same, right? Are blocks present? Let's start with false. Okay, and then we can simply go ahead and make it this. If blocks are present, then only do this operation of map, otherwise just simply short circuit and fail. Cool. Short circuit is basically it's saying that if this is true, then only run this. Otherwise, if this is false, and you see as soon as the interpreter or whatever runs in JavaScript nowadays, as soon as it sees that it is and the previous value is false, it will just simply not run anything after that. It's a very it's an optimized way of short circuiting the logic, because it could be that this is not the only thing that you have after after the first and it could be like 100 of them, right? And then it's better to know that since there is an and operation and I already got the false, I'll simply just say everything is false anyways. That's all it is too. Cool. So I simply have to change this, and that should do the trick. Cool. So let's go forward. Your entire list of blog posts is now being generated dynamically by mapping over the array by Astro glob. Add a new blog post by creating a new post for MD file in this directory and adding some markdown content. Be sure to include at least the front matter properties for now. Revisit your blog post and look at updated lists. We already know everything will work just fine. Component challenge: create a blog post component. Yes, this should be something that I have to do anyways, right? So what I will do is in this component, because that will help me design better blog post, right? It's not like there will be just one there. Also, you don't actually need this if you don't want to do any sort of like a front matter code in JavaScript. Okay, that's just how it is. So basically what we can do is, like, imagine that there's this is how we can do. And say this is a card, this is a block, this is how I want the blog post to look like, and where this is going to be the image, and here it will be like a heading, right, or block title. Then I will need, say, category, I mean, let's say date here, date followed by author followed by, let's say, category. I need that here. Cool. And maybe not here, maybe I can have a category somewhere like here if I want, but for now in this video I can just do that. And then I can have a button which says read this article, read this blog. Okay, we can have that, and this should be it, I believe. And this is basically an image. Cool. Wait a minute, I'm just going to come back. Yeah, so the washing machine is working, so I have to go back and forth for now. Okay, so this is, let's say this is a rough diagram that I want the blog post to look like. So let's just code it out. There will be, first of all, we have to decide whether we want the entire thing as link element, or is it that when I only click on this read more and that will be the case. So let's go with the button situation. Fine. Then in that sense I can have a section which can have an image, and that image can be some sort of like, okay, we have to have this. Okay, there we will have some front matter using astro.props, and here we will have an image, we'll have an alt, we can just simply use those for now. Alt, then we can have a width should not be more than, let's say, I don't want it, do I want the image to be like 16:9 ratio? If that is the case, then maybe a small something, like for example, if I want a 16:9, and I can say 16:9 144. No, let's go with 18, which is 288, and then let's go with 9 162, and 288 and then 162. Then make it for the retina display, let's say 560. No, let's put it only 288. I don't want to just do that. So 288, and height should be 168. Cool. This is exactly what I want. We can also have a placeholder, not area placeholder, let's just have a, okay, that's a alt anyways. I'm completely forgetting what placeholder is. Cool. So then we will have like what? This should be something like, we also have a title, we will have category, we will have date, published, and author. Cool. These are all the things that I want. Then after the image, I will need something like another container. So let's call it another section, or we can say div. And within that, we will have this, which will be title. Okay, washing machine just happened. So after this title, I will have uh, p tag, and there I will have like 3 spans. One is basically going to be my date published. Another one will be my author. And then finally there will be a category. Cool. Then I will have a button, which will be a link. No, let's have a button. If I am saying it's going to be a button, then it will become some sort of like a JavaScript scenario. So let's just have a link. And there I will have URL. So blog URL, let's call it that only. So here we go, blog URL. And we will also have front metal as a title. So there we go, title. No, this should be read more, read this blog, continue reading, continue to blog. Now the copy is always an issue. Open blog, open this blog. Okay, we can do this, open this blog, and then let's go back. For some reason it is saying all these are, yeah, okay, now we can say type, we can say props, and then we can say the image will be string. Okay, blog URL is going to be string, then alt is again going to be string. These should all be present. Title string, category string, date published should also be, for me it should be a string. I don't want anything, everything should be string here. And author should also be just string. And binding element has implicit type. I just mentioned this. Let's see what happens in the layout. This is a string, type props, Astro props, const. Okay, cool. So this is the type, this is what I want. Pretty much everything should be string, and this is the entire block. Now I can simply replace this with block post, and that should do it. We will have, there should be some sort of like a good suggestion here. Let me just get back, stop the washing machine, electricity. Okay, we are good to go. Then let's start with image. Image should be, do we have image? Yes, we have image. So it should be block dot front matter dot image dot URL. Thing is that I don't want so many uh like so many blocks and everything again and again. So what I should be doing here is maybe I can do something like this: block dot front matter, and then I can have image, which let's let's call it as URL and alt. Then I can have title. Then I can have like what, update. Then I can have description. No, title is already here, description is not required for me. Author, uh, alt is like present here. Category is basically this, I believe, this tag. You can say, you can also just put a category here rather than the tag. So let's call it learning live for now. I can say the same here. Go back here, we can have category. So we have title, update, author, category, URL, and all of that. Then we can have return, which should be block, not layout, blog post, and it should now go as like title. Image now should be URL, alt should be alt, date published should be now pub date. Yeah, pub date. Let's see how it actually looks there. It should be author. Category should be just category. And this is blog post. Type is not assignable to, also there's a blog URL, and that should be that's another URL. So it was, I think this was a URL. Just the URL should do. This URL. Fair enough. Undefined is not assignable to type string. Okay, thing is that it will not be undefined. So let's put this, and this should do it. This is a TypeScript way of saying that this value will always be present. So if I go back here, I will find, yes, there's an image, and we get this way. So let's simply go and search for pexels.com. I'll search for debates, labels, something like that. And what should be it? Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. This works. You know what? This is good. Mikhail Nilov, Michael Nilov. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but thank you for this, right? And because it has to be like a big one, but then it has to be like a small one as well. So let's go with this large one. even in like you don't actually need more than this, but if there's a retina display, then maybe this will work better. So let's just download this, and it is downloaded. Cool. So can we just bring it here? It is inside this download thing. Okay, what I will do now, I don't know what is all there in the downloads. Maybe there is some sort of like a uh, some tags or something there as well. So I'll just pause this display for now. I'll go back and basically look into my downloads. Will simply, yeah, there's only resume and Chrome setup. Okay, we'll copy this. No, we have to use this. I think I can just make this available. It's not like there's anything there anyways. So here I can say move from MNT C users, my name, then download. Thankfully nothing is like there. Uh, okay, there is some sort of like a resume summaries, my brother's resume, and this is what we need. And then I will have to go inside projects, Next.js, philosophy dusting, maybe inside public. Yeah, let's put it that way and let's see what happens. We have inside this public, we will add a new folder as assets and then images. And within that, I will have this. Cool. And then I will also rename this as debates. Now let's see how I can get it here. So maybe in URL I can say assets and debates. For now, debates.jpg, and this can be labels and in debates. Let's go back. Okay, I think I need a way to understand what this is all about. Open a new tab. So it is saying that it is not finding this. What will happen if I say public? How to access public folder image in Astro 3. Images Astro. Where to store images? Okay, I'm saving it inside the public one. And then how should I actually go about looking into it? Any folder including alongside your content. Okay. Store your images in public folder if you want to avoid any processing or to have a direct public link to them. Okay. How should I access this public one? Yeah. Should I always have to do dot dot dot? Use a built-in image Astro component to display optimized version of your image, of your local images and configured remote images. Images in public folder as well as remote images not specifically configured in your project can also be used with the image component but will not be processed. Local. Okay, so if it is in public and as well as remote, which is not configured. Okay, the resulting image includes this loading, decoding attributes and all of that to avoid. So we are saying that we can get, okay, this is one of the advanced feature and this is where it is. Okay, let's go and do that. Maybe I should have this inside this src only. And then what I will do is that if I am accessing this inside say component of blog post, Then this should be, say, dot dot out, and then here, right? Let's open it. Okay, I mean, I just changed this whole thing, and I will do the same here as well for now. I am back to this. Let's console log this as URL and see what it is. Yeah, I know. I mean, shouldn't this be available? Hmm. But I'm not even looking in there now anymore. So it is still going there only. Hmm. What is this URL? I am getting this URL, and like, okay, I have this blog post. What I will do here is I will call image from here. That's going to be the first thing. Then I can go and look here. It is saying that I will have it inside assets. Don't understand why, like, should I do this? I mean, this is how it was here. So I'm saying I'm calling this from, let's close everything first. Open this, open this. I am saying that I'm inside the component of blog post, and this is the image. And from here, I want to go one step back, then inside the assets, then inside the images. So that means I want to go here. I have to remove this. I want to go inside assets, then I want to go inside images. I believe this should do the trick. Still not working. Like, how should I even load the image? Where is it even looking for the image? Uh, no. Okay, so like, okay, this is me inside the component. Then I'm going one step back. Then I'm in assets. Then I'm calling this. Cool. Thing is, okay, this is god damn it. So I cannot define image here or what? If I'm here and this is this image, it is getting this string. Let's call it as image URL from image. Can we do this? Pretty sure no. Okay. What is this? Image URL requirement value is never used. Fair enough. Can we do this? Can we do something like image? Nope. Like, dude, I just want it to be this. That will not happen. It has to be string for sure. And that literally means, so why did it just stopped? Right? I am doing it right. So I am getting this for no reason. And then somehow I need this to be like, I have to define the image here only, right? Let's see how to import images from the path defined in the MD files in Astro. Okay, src import cover. However, if I import the image explicitly with the same path as specified in the markdown, it works. Yeah, this is where I am looking. So to use image in markdown front matter with Astro's assets feature, you need to use image helper in your content collection schema. Assuming your current schema looks something like this. Not really. It doesn't look like anything because I am inside the tutorial blog and they don't talk about this. Image for you behind the scenes so that you can pass directory to the look absolutely perfectly, even the new assets functionality and the assets alias. Thank you. Cool. So basically I cannot do anything because I don't understand this at all. Like, why should I create this? And what is all this? And I mean, I understand this is Zord, but as an example, I have an Astro app with a collections artwork where each artwork specifies a cover image via the front matter. Okay, so I have basically with a collection, so it says collections. I am talking about assets, so let's call it like collection first. Pretty sure they have this like content, they have some sort of like a collection. Pretty sure about it. Collection, right? Okay, collections. And then rather than the images, let's have okay, let it be images only. I don't care about it for now. So this should be artworks, where artwork specifies image via the front matter cover. File lies in src assets artworks. Shit. This has to be like assets. And then it is like image. And finally, it is inside src assets. So my situation is same, except this is now rather than artworks, it's images. Fair enough. Okay, let's say inside this content folder, I will have a config folder, config.ts file, config.ts file, and then who is he? Shwithnik Bank, thank you. Let's say I will have this define collection, and from Astro content, let's just copy paste this. I will have this and this. The schema is basically image, and cover is basically image. Now what it says is then I can directly use the cover as this. So artwork.data. So for me it will be images.data.cover. Rather than cover, I can say something like what? Image URL. And then maybe here I can say artwork.data.cover. So artwork.data.cover collections, define collections, which is artworks dot data dot cover. I have to do here, I have to define it, say image. Is it like image dot maybe URL? Will this work? Now I can use something like uh okay. This is a problem. It's not like it will work for me because they are looping through all this artworks, which is artworks. So they are looping through this only, and there's no way for me to do anything about it. Yeah, nothing I can do about it. Let's see what will happen if I am like importing at least one image, right? Import, let's say uh, image URL. Image URL from, I have to go back, then assets, then images, then debates. Now let's see what's the URL for this. If I put it like here, open it. So it's basically optimizing pretty much everything. So it's a different ball game altogether. And this is not going to work. And I don't know what this will do anyways. Like, okay, fair enough, but this is basically images, this is basically URL, and then I have to maybe loop through each and every one of them. So let's see if I do this, assuming that everything will have an index, right? Then don't know if this will work, but hopefully it does. I have this index as index, and then go here and have this index as number, then I can have, say, index. I don't need this for most part now. uh so I can also remove this. Here I can remove this. Now then I can say the image should always be images followed by index followed by data followed by URL. Wouldn't that work? But this images, did you mean image? No. uh how is he actually getting this? Like this artwork or something? Okay, there's a cover. Will resolve to src content blog. Src content blog or something. Then here it is a schema, which is image, then refine and all of that. He did it. Then export this collections as block collections. Okay, let's export this for now. It's already exported, so I will say block collections, and then image will be imported and transferred into metadata, allowing you to pass it inside the src image and get image. So I have the get collection. All blog post is from the blog. Okay, you know what? I think I got it. Even though I'm doing certain things wrong because I don't want to change whatever the glob thing did. So what I'll do is just going to go with this, and this is basically blog. What is this? Blog. So blog collections, I will say. Isn't that what it is? Export default collections blog as blog collections. Let's see. Export collections, and then inside I have the image, which is images, and then I have defined the collection. which is basically this. So I'm saying defining the collection, then I'm saying schema, which is basically this, define the collections. Then I have schema. Then inside this, I have Z object. And then I have URL, which is basically cover for now. And then I'm going here and I'm saying this is a blog. So for me, it's basically images, right? Then I'm going inside, I'm saying get the collection from this content, Astro content, and then wait for the blog. So yes, I'm waiting for the images. This is working fine for them. I am awaiting it. This is the schema. I had the cover, I had the URL, so I will say blog. For me, it's like this. So I'm directly defining images. I'm saying this, then I'm opening it, then I'm putting the images, right? And then I'm defining the collection directly rather than giving it a name. And then there's an object, then there's a URL, and this URL is an image for me. And then I'm saying all post, so I can say images instead. And this is the await. This is the get collection from Astro collection. Expected one or two argument collection was not provided. All I'm saying is give me the images, and then here it will be data, and there will be URL. So let's put it this way. Why is it happening like this? Collection does not exist. Ensure a collection directory with this name exists. So I am inside this. Uh, Collection directory with this name exists. I defined anyways now. There's a collection directory. There's this image. Nope, not able to figure it out what this is all about. There's a content. There's this dot astro optimizing with this. First of all, this content is also not working that greatly for me. However, choosing not to define a collection will disable some of the best features of content. Okay, define in block collection here, export a single collection object to rest your collection. Nope, not working. Forget this. I'm not able to figure it out. So what I will do is simply make it like here. Delete this. Delete the content as well. Don't care for now. Simply will import the that one image for now. Uh, I don't have the assets. Do I? Even the entire thing is bad. There's no assets anymore, yet it is showing me assets. And let's simply make it as image for both of them for now. Yeah, this much is fine for now. Live learning and everything. Uh, when I click on this, it will open the blog. So pages post. The title of your third blog is a link to the URL of your first blog. Component for each post displaying the date that it was last updated. Query data from a local file, but there's a issue with, not able to figure it out how the image will work. Create a page to generate multiple pages. Specify which page routes to build and pass each page its own prop. Dynamic page routing. You can create entire sets of pages dynamically using .astro file that exports a get static paths function. Okay. Okay. This is kind of like Next.js. Okay, let's copy this pages, and then there's a tag. Inside the src we have a page called tags. Pretty sure about this. And then we have like tag, tags, tag, right? Tags, tag. And this renaming src pages tags. So cool. So we are back. Will be dev, and this is okay. I have to delete it. It is a file with the tag.astro, and copy and return this. Function returns an array of page routes, and all of the pages at those routes will use the same template defined in that file. Base layout is not present, so for me it will be simply layout. there is something called layout, and this will be simply title. Cool. Tag will always be present, let's put it that way. If you have customized your blog post, then replace the individual tag values with the tags used in your post. Okay. Make sure that every block contains at least one tag written in as this array, as an array. Okay. Visit this in your browser preview and you could see a page generated dynamically from tag.astro. Check that you have also pages created for each of your tag. Tags. Posts tag with Astro. Okay. Okay. You may need first wait and restart it as our new pages. Use props in dynamic routes. Okay, so now we are saying that here uh, do this, which is go back and go inside the blocks and do this. Then this will be, say, all blocks. Inside the blocks, here it is this, here it is this. So let's call this tag as virtue signaling. And then say philosophy. 2 will suffice because I think there's also debates. Yeah, let's call it labels. 3 will be enough. Then we will have something called props, and the props will be all blocks. Cool. Hopefully this is fine. And this will be blocks. Same here, blocks, blocks. Cool. And then I'm saying give me the blocks. Okay, rather than the posts, give me the blocks, which is basically what I just defined right here. And then I can say filtered post is going to be filtered blocks. This will be, say, blog. Yeah, basically we are filtering the blocks for each one of the static path on the server itself during the build time, and we are saying if that front matter of the tags, which is like this tag, if it includes what I have provided you right here, then simply that is the thing that you have to get. And this will be blocks tagged with post, and then we can simply say filtered blocks dot map block. Again, I can go back to this one. I can just simply copy this whole thing and paste it like this. Come on, why it is not coming? I also don't need this. Also don't need this. Cool. Okay, then I can just go ahead and simply go here, make this as not required, remove this for now. Title, blah blah blah, property index is missing. I just removed the property, dude. Pretty sure the same. Okay, property is missing. Yeah, I removed the property. No, it's not required. Like, removed it, no? Already removed it. Restart TypeScript. It's not working. Restart. Wow. Okay, so now it is able to understand this, but this is working fine, but for some reason this is not. All blocks is not defined. What do you mean it's not defined? Right here it is. Isn't that what exactly what happened here? All posts. Wait, what? Okay, I think this is how it is. Yeah, let's go with philosophy now. And blocks stack with philosophy. What about labels? Cool. What about virtue? What was this? Virtue something. Virtue signaling. I think it's percent 20 something. Yeah. Percent 20 is basically the space character in the URL. Okay, it works. This is also working fine. We got it. Check your browser preview for more for your individual tag pages, and you should now see a list of all your blog posts containing that particular tag. Yes. Astro glob call to retrieve information about your .md file to pass each. For each of the following, state whether the code is written inside the Astro file or inside. List of the routes to be generated out by this inside. The received values of the props and params to be used in the HTML template outside. All right, it's advanced JavaScript generate pages from existing tags. Your tag pages are now defined statically in tag.astro. If you add a new tag to your blog post, you will also have to revisit the page and update your page routes. The following example shows how to replace a code on this page with a code that will automatically look for and generate pages for each tag used on your blog page. Try following along the steps to build this. Okay, inside this tag itself, I'm creating a new set so that every tag should be first of all unique, and then I'm basically mapping all the front matter, which is this, and then making it like flat. Okay, so this is also going inside the get static props only. Fair enough. And this is going to be blocks. So now all the unique tags is something that we have. Now if I should it be like returning or something? What is the line of code? More detail. Yeah. So the return has to be like this. Yeah. And that will be all the blocks will have all the filtered. Cool. Basically, then we will have like make it as block. So I'm saying that here you will map everything, then filter everything which has this includes, and then that will be the param, and the props will be whatever the blocks is, the filter blocks. And we are also getting it, and we are getting this param here. Yeah. And this is basically programmatically generating this. And then we have this filter block. And now this should work. Filtered post is not required anymore. And now the list of all the blog posts is filtered before it is sent to each page as props. Be sure to remove the previous line of code filtering the post and update your HTML template. Yeah, it is not required because we are already doing this right here inside. So we can just remove this and make this as blocks, and this should just work. Now if I go inside say debates, which was not previously present anyways, right, I will get this. Cool. Final code sample is this. Figure it out. Yeah. Then we have a function that returns an array of pages, page routes. This. The process of creating multiple page routes from one file in Astro. A value that defines the name of the page routes generated dynamically. I think this is it. I can generate, and this is fine. Then we are going to build a tag index page, which is too much for me right now. Add a new page. Inside this pages folder routing pattern. Use the pages folder index dot astro routing pattern. So tags dot astro. But since you already have a directory tags, you can take advantage of another routing pattern in Astro and keep all your files related to tags together. Create a index.astro in the directory of tags. Navigate to this tags and verify that your sites are not contains a page. Okay, I can do this. Yes, now index.astro. It is working. Create a minimal page in index that uses your layout. Okay, fair enough. And this will be your title of tag page. Cool. Okay, then check your browser preview and all of that. Create an array of tags. You have previously displayed items in a list from an array using map. What would it like look like to define an array of all your tags, then display them in a list on this page. So we did this. We have to do again this. The tag will be again the same way. Let's just copy this. We can simply say posts, and this will be basically, if I go back, then inside the blocks, here I will say all blocks. Here I will say block. Flat basically converts a set into array. So we are now having this tag, and then I can simply map this inside. Everything is here. You could do this, but then you would need to come back to this file and update your array every time you use a new tag in the future blog posts. Not really. I don't see why. Fortunately, you already know a way to grab the data from all your markdown files. Okay, in this file, add the line of code to the front meta script that will give you page access to data from every blog post. Isn't this the same? Okay, they are doing that. To make each, okay, let's do one thing. We can go inside this blog and let's say learn in public. Let's save this. Learn in public is right here. If I remove this, it's gone. Cool. Add styling to your tag list. So we can do that if we want. Then all of this is the case. You know what? Let's just do this only, just for the sake of time. And we can just copy paste this below. Cool. And then check your browser preview. Code check-in. Everything is working fine. Oh, one more thing. See this thing now. This styling now. All of this is styling. Technically, you don't even need this. Like where have we did this tag and tags. What I can do, if there's only one div, I can remove this. No, let it be, because basically, yeah, let's try and do this. If I remove this and make sure there is nothing here, and this is div, and then here I can remove this as well, which is tag. See, classes are meant for basically if we have multiple search, if I want to select multiple elements with the same selector, then it's good for the classes. And the thing is, it also differentiates, if you have like differentiates between different classes, or different elements, different DOM elements from different components. So for example, there are multiple div elements, right? Multiple div DOM elements, and one div element is basically classed as tags, and I want to style it or select it differently. Okay, then it works. Thing is, in Astro, if I'm writing this style here and I'm saying div should be this and p should be this, then even if I have div and p somewhere else, it does not matter. This will still work, because if you check inspection, see, the Astro is actually making sure that the selector is kind of like a unique one, right? So even if I am saying div, even then it does not matter. Cool. And the way we can check it is if I select this, see, this is also text, which is paragraph text. But this paragraph thing is not affecting this. So it's basically, how to put it, it's basically how React did that module CSS. It's the same thing. Okay, add this page to your navigation. By the way, I figured it out later after uh, yesterday, I think, when I was playing with this through my site. So that's how it is. Okay, so if I go to navigation component link to a new tag thing, we can have this, but like, do I want it? I will be changing pretty much everything in the end anyways. I don't like this design at all. A lot of things here is just complete bogus. So yeah, sorry Astro team, but I need my own. This is for the learning purpose, so it is fine for now. Cool. If I click here, then it is this. Go back, philosophy, then it is both. Virtue signaling, then it is just age of virtue. Signaling and all of that. Include tags in your blog post layout. Yeah, we can do that, but I don't want it for now. This is basically the category, right? This is simply category. So what they're saying is right now we can have a bunch of categories. I am just making it like learn live, but we can have like spread out this way of category, same way that it is showing here, yet a little bit smaller. That's all. We can do that. Add styles to tag list, page navigation, challenge, checklist. Let's go. I can do this. Let's see. Match each file path with the second file path that will create a page at the same route. So this will create a same page as categories index. Then this will be post index, and this will be shoes index shoes dot astro somewhere. This right here. And finally, we are at the end of RSS feed package. So we have to install some package and then create a feed that will subscribe to and this. So let's install it using this, which is Astro RSS. I have a very dark joke right now in Indian political context, but I cannot say that. Okay, let's make it activate to the latest. What is the version? And let's install it again. Cool. So this is it. Then we create an XML file called this. Okay, inside this pages we have this file. It has to be JS, I'm pretty sure. And then it says to do this. You know what? I will try and do it with this and this. Cool. And I'm saying key the function is get, and the block should be basically, for me, let's say philosophy dusting. What did I say here? Collection of this. Full description should also be this. Site is basically my philosophy dusting.in. Cool. This pages glob and all of that. Language is fine. Cool. Then basically we are saying run build and run preview. Okay, run build. Let's see. Something just broke. Please install Sharp manually. Okay, so they also use Sharp just like Next.js. Run build. Sharp is basically a image optimizer package. Fair enough. You can look into it. So as you can see, it just generated a WebP. So before it was this much KB, 3 MB. Now after it is like 6 KB. Cool. It added 600 and 366 millisecond, which is a lot in terms of performance. Every 100 milliseconds basically does some sort of like a percentage in terms of conversion of whatever. And then I can do start, which is review, and then I can go to this section and we have an XML file, RSS feed with the XML file. There's an item, there's another item which is titled link, GUID permanent link is the same and all of that. Cool. So view your RSS feed in a reader, download a feed reader or sign up for an online feed reader service and subscribe to your site by adding your own Netlify URL. You can also share this link with others. Be sure to quit the preview and restart the dev server when you want to view your site in development mode again. Okay, what I will do first is here. What is this? Yeah, I'm saying add everything na. Something is wrong or what? Add it. Blog, basic blog with RSS feed, done. Now let's push this to main. And let's see what happens next. So I do this, I can do this. Unit testing, Astro Island. Now that you have fully functioning blog, let's add some interactive islands to your site. What are we doing? Add a UI framework, React to your Astro project, use React to create an interactive greeting component, learn when you might not choose island interactively. You know what? I will not do this. Build your Astro Island, React, use a client directive to make island interactive. Okay, let's say I install the React rather than Preact. Then I do this greeting. Let's do it anyways. Remove this. Remove. Make it this. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now n astro remove react. No. Add build. There's no remove. Wow. N remove react. Okay. But something changed in this Astro configuration for sure, for no reason. Don't need this. I'm good with React only. So what I will do now is inside this, what it says, inside the components have a greeting.jsx. So here, let's have a greeting.jsx or tsx. See, right now I am feeling like a deja vu, as if I've already done this. This should work, and then we should simply say greeting I need some food, yaar. Let's copy this whole thing. I can just simply copy paste this and make this as React. Only React. Cool. There's nothing inside this edge. What is this? Import. Where are we even using this edge? Messages, greeting, random messages. What is this edge for, anyways? Then here inside this, I have to call this uh, inside the pages, inside this index. It is installed. How was this first? What? I am pretty sure there was something before this. Let's check GitHub. Uh, GitHub is right here. Somewhere here I will have. Okay, I can just open this as well for now. In this repository, I will have this. See, something was definitely here. Tailwind. Astro React, Astro Tailwind, Astro blah blah blah. Tailwind CSS, Prettier plugin. Uh, it's already here. Okay, so here what I need is basically make sure like this. Uh, Import it. There's no way to import it. Import greeting. So it's kind of like simply importing how things actually just import. We're going backward. We are going inside the components. We are finding the greeting. And it should be working. It's not a module. What do you mean it's not a module? Okay, now open this. This should be, check the preview in your browser. You should see a random greeting, but the button won't work. Yeah, pretty much it does not. What does it mean? Something just messed up or what? Did I remove certain things? I mean, what happened to the package? Okay, okay. It is here now. This typography is here. So, you know what? I should remove this. Wow, when did that happen? What the hell just happened? What exactly happened? Not able to understand anything. Changes not staged for commit. Am I doing something wrong? Was I inside different? Wait, what? Oh, okay. There's a problem then. I think I messed up. So here also it became this when it should not be the case. This should be outside like this, and this should be, and then I can remove this, right? And I can make it like this. I think I became inside this src, and it also has this, which should be the part and parcel of this. So this should be like this. Cool. uh Pretty sure now it should be working fine. Again, status. Now do like this and install again. Okay, now let's say dev, and yep, now it is working. If I click on this, nothing will happen. There's a thing that we have to add, basically client load. Client load. Client load. And what does this do? Directive tells Astro to send and rerun its JavaScript to the client when the page loads, making the component interactive. We call this a hydrated component. Okay, cool. Is working. Thing is, this island architecture, I don't understand how this is any different from RSC plus client component. I mean, previously, yes, it was different when it first came, but right now the RSC can do the same thing. So in Next.js app, you can do the same thing. You can just have a component, say greeting, which can be a use client component, and it can do the same thing. Pretty sure about that. At least that's what the RSC stated in their GitHub. So if that's the RSC part, then I'm pretty sure Next.js app router is using the same thing. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Which of the 5 components will be hydrated islands sending JavaScript to the client? Well, at least this one will be hydrated, and so will this be, right? In what ways will the two React component will be same. In what way they will be different? They will be same because they are a hydrated component. However, they will be different in a way that when the interactivity happens. So this will happen as soon as the component loads on this page, whereas this will only come into effect when basically using the some sort of like an observation. When it becomes observable in our viewport, then this will happen. And instead it will work. Will re-render after the page is loaded, and they both show the HTML, and that is fine. The difference is this, and any interactive element that it has will work. Cool. Assume swell counter component shows a number and has a button to increase it. If you couldn't see your website code, only the live published page, how would you tell which of the two swell component used client visible? If you couldn't see your website code with a live published page, basically you can't. So I mean, seriously, this is not even a question. React counter client load, HTML and CSS, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, HTML and CSS only. Installed this, everything is fine. Now back on dry land, take your block from day to night, no island required. Let's build a clickable island. Now that you build your Astro element on parameter, you can default it just vanilla JavaScript CSS. Yes, I can see this like this. Cool. Theme Astro is a component. There's this. I'm already doing this entire thing using Tailwind CSS, so I don't think I need this anyway. Client-side interactivity has to happen regardless, so I can just do this. Finished true and all of that. Yes. Cool. Next Astro project and join us on Discord. Let's join you on Discord. Damn it. Let's copy this link and I'll definitely join you guys on Discord. Guide to marketing content collections. Content collections. Okay, so migrating from file-based routing. We were using file-based routing and this is different way. Cool. I think this is something that they added later, so we'll look into it later. Okay, that will be it. From tomorrow onwards, it's Next.js app router once more time. And yeah, see you tomorrow, I guess. Bye.